Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Well, talking about spam a lot, everyone needs to laugh, right? Probably, I know everyone says this, more than ever. No, we've always needed to laugh, and stand-up comedy is probably the best way to do that. If you've never been to a stand-up comedy show, I cannot encourage you enough to go out, because we have so many fabulous comedians, not just here in Ottawa, but across the province and across the country. And I'm going to introduce you to a fantastic comedian. He's up for Comedian of the Year at Faces Magazine. Jordan Angus joins me, comedian and producer. I should add that too. Welcome. Great to have you
Thanks
here.
for having me. Thanks for having me.
When you wrote in your notes to me, you said that you've always been an introvert. So it's kind of a strange career choice to get into comedy. Tell me how that happened.
It is, yeah. I'm a very shy person outside of the stage. So it's almost like putting on a character when I go up on stage. Outside of that, I'd rather be at home just relaxing and watching TV. But it's always been something that I look forward to, is making other people laugh. Yeah.
So when you decided to go on stage, I mean, what sort of pushed you onto the stage eventually?
I was always a class clown. That was it was a big thing for me, and I wasn't stand-up comedy for me. It was kind of like a pipe dream. I didn't think that was possible for me, but it was actually a comedian, Mike McDonald, Ottawa native well, who I saw a bit of his that was very similar to a story that happened to me, and I realized if he could do it, I can do it as well. And I finally took initiative to make that step on stage.
And it wasn't easy for you. My understanding, a lot of anxiety issues when it came to being on stage. How did you overcome, or how have you overcome those?
I had some great teachers growing up in high school who gave me some keys in drama class, how to kind of work with the stage fright. And then a comedian that I worked with, Jeremy Hotz, actually gave me a tip as well, and he suffers from anxiety. So that was
to work with Jeremy Hotz?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a big thing for me. Yeah.
How did you meet him?
That was a fluke chance. I got a lucky gig in Toronto, and I was opening up for him. I didn't know who I was opening up for at the time, and I got to talk to him for 5 minutes.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh
my good. You also mentioned, the need to laugh. I mentioned off the top, I think we've always needed to laugh. Do you feel like we need that more than ever? Is that a cliche? I don't know.
No, it's true. It's very important, I think, mentally as well. We're talking a lot about mental health issues lately, and I think it's very important and it's very healthy to be okay with laughing at things. Don't take everything so seriously. It's important for our health, both physically and emotionally, to be able to laugh at a lot of things that are going on.
How would you describe your humor? Like, what sort of is your brand of humor?
I'm a storytelling observational comedian, so a lot of stuff I do is stuff that's happened to me in my lifetime or something that I've noticed, and that's kind of what I stick to.
I want to talk about laugh your dentures off. Is this a concept you came up with yourself?
Yeah, I joked around a lot because a lot of comedy shows happen late at night. By the time I get home, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was joking with some buddies, like, my dream job would be telling jokes at retirement homes. I'd be done before dinner time, and then it turned into an actuality. Instead of it becoming a dream, I put it into motion. Yeah.
So what did you do? You reached out to retirement homes and said, "Hey, I got a comedy bit for you."
Yeah. We got a group of comedians that are working with me on it as well. So we do a half hour of comedy, half hour of classic game shows, just to make seniors laugh and smile and give them something different for their day.
I love that idea. That is a fantastic concept. I mentioned, the talent that we have. You've been doing this for how long now?
I started in 2012.
Okay, 2012. So in your travels, in this country, in this province, and just here in Ottawa, how would you describe the talent we have?
We have an amazing talent pool, and I think we kind of seclude ourselves by city too. So my goal has been kind of to take the comedians of Ontario and kind of blend them together and show that talent just doesn't reside in Toronto or in Ottawa. We have a lot of amazing talent in Cornwall and Kingston, London, Ontario, and I think it's just to be able to try to get these guys to navigate outside of their cities and highlight their talents and their funniness. And it can be difficult to get them out of their bubbles, but it's one of my goals is to get these guys out there.
It's a great idea. Let's talk about, speaking of the province in Ontario, you've got the Battle of Ontario Comedy Show show coming up.
Yeah.
Tell me about this event.
It's something I started back in January. We had Ottawa versus Toronto in the first ever Battle of Ontario. So we're running the second one here, and it's Team Cornwall versus Team Ottawa. And the winner will go on to face Team Toronto July 20th. So the show that we're having is April 6th here in Ottawa.
So how does the competition work? Like, are there judges involved?
It's fan based. So we have 4 comedians from Ottawa, 4 comedians from Cornwall, and the fans will decide who are the top 3 comedians, and then which city will go on to advance against Toronto.
So does that judging happen then that very night? So 4 from Ottawa, 4 from Cornwall go up on stage, and then people are...
Yeah, there's a QR code. The audience members will scan the QR code on their phones. They vote at that minute, and within 5 minutes, I get the results.
What's the feedback been like for this sort of style of competition?
The first show, we went through a lot of different struggles, but it was amazing. We had a great turnout. We're very interactive after the show with our audience members, and they were excited to have us back in Toronto. So it's a different concept. People like the theme, and it's been a blessing for me to get comics kind of all over Ontario who want to participate in this event as well. Everything's been positive so far.
I've mentioned that you're up for nomination for the Faces Mag. Oh, there's the poster right there. There he is, right there. Entertainer of the Year, Comedian of the Year. Voting is close, and you will find out when?
Tonight. We'll find out tonight. I heard you're up for one as well.
I am up for Media Personality, I think it is. Yeah, that's one of my categories. So good luck to you.
Yeah, same to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jordan Angus, everybody. You can check him out of course, on social media. You can visit his website as well. But the Battle of Ontario Comedy Show, that's at the Cultures Comedy Club, fantastic comedy club, April 6th at 8 p.m. You can find it on Eventbrite. Just search for Battle of Ontario Comedy Show. We'll be right back to wrap things up after this.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers